Shalom, shalom. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Shalom, shalom. Let me make sure the sound is good. Let's make sure the sound is good. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. I'm going to face the east. Give all praises to the one true power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. The Rakak Wadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew. The Rakak Wadash is the Holy Spirit in the Rakak Wadash. And double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, Lord willing. They continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching this word and believing this word, Lord willing, in the same spirit that they endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akwat Yum that are believers of the faith in this truth. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith, right? We come out here to teach, you know, towards the black Latinos and natives, you know, especially for the elect, you know, the 1/3, and for the 2/3, their judgment of being destroyed with Babylon, aka America. And we come out to prophesy the downfall of many nations, starting with Esau, from the higher ups on down, right? And to prophesy the usher in of our Savior Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, you know, coming with the power of Yahweh and the heavenly hosts, which are the angels, right? And to prophesy of the kingdom, right? Prophesy that the children of Israel is above all nations, right? That we need to turn, repent to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and grow in faith through each lesson, even reading, you know, and you grow in faith by when you can count on a brother, because it's really the men that can correct you and guide you in understanding the scriptures. You know, for the elect, this is not a debate. You know, the ones that's gonna get it is gonna get it. If you make a mistake, you know, the right teacher, you know, really the ones that's singing the actual true song is gonna actually guide you to enhance your understanding, right? Because the Lord put men, you know, in this labor to guide his children to actually know the 100% truth, you know? So it's a lot going on. This is not about the distraction of Diddy, you know, because Diddy is just a distraction, you know? Diddy and many other things is a distraction. It's just like Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. You know, we got freakazoids in our nation, right? But something bigger is happening, you know, behind the scene. You know, so before I get into anything, let me just bring out this first verse. 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, in verse 3. It says, "And when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape." right? You have the WHO, the World Health Organization, WEF, the World Economic Forum, the UN, the United Nations, and the elite, the powers that be, right? Really, that's, that's being orchestrated through the left-hand side of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, pushing them to speak of peace and safety, talking about removing guns, canceling out nukes. But Isaiah 54 verse 16 show you the Lord is the one that created the smith, really the scientists, the engineers that make them, and the Lord is the one that made the wasters, right? The nukes, But this is just slick talk of the nation speaking, because prophecies have to be fulfilled, And this is where they catch you in that bag, right? So it's something else I wanted to read, but I gotta go look up certain things, right? So when you go into, I was going into WHO, World Health Organization, the United Nations, the World Economic Forum, and they're all having a summit together. They had a little summit in New York this week, and they were talking about a global digital ID system. Why isn't other congregations, people that's saying Yahuwah, Yatuda, people that's in other congregations that say Yahushai but teach in the name Jesus, why are they not bringing out this digital system? They talk about Diddy, they talk about other things going on. I even seen brothers that don't believe in the mark bring up what the UN and these other elites is speaking about, but why they not talking about the MARK that they even said that they want to push a digital mark, which can oversee, people's bank accounts, health, they want to put this in to know who has firearms, right? So it says a global digital ID could help to improve access to financial services, government services, and to promote participation in the global economic, right? Because they want this mark to be global. When you go into Revelations 13, it's talking about rich and poor, people high and low, right? And that's all over the world. They want to make this a global thing, not just making it one-sided, one country, one state. No, this is going to be a global event. The higher-ups wants to fully activate that beast. We're already in the beast in a slow level because they make baby steps to get to this new world order. They had all forms of every captivity. The Egypt with the physical captivity, beating the shit out of you with rigorous slavery. Then they advanced. Now they're financially, mentally, spiritually slaving you when they grew their military, when they grew the financial system in London, and when they built religion. The Vatican is orchestrating all religions. The only one they don't have a hold on is this Hebrew Israelite movement, but they do in some way where they give you false information of themselves. If they was the true Israelites, nobody would have a nuke. So again, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, the sudden destruction cometh upon them as a travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. This is why you have to be watching, especially you men, and you women, you should be watching, because if you got kids, and really if your man is serving the Lord, you should be trying to watch news or things that's coming out so that you can hear them say peace and safety, right? Because we're in this flesh. We're in this flesh where it comes to, you don't got money in your bank account, and then you might get an attitude. Refrigerator might not be working. Your car might not be starting. The way your attitude goes on that, just imagine when all hell break loose. Well, what is it? Lost in the Woods, I forgot the name, but when all power break out, the Book of Eli, or what is it called? What's the other one? What's the other one that came out last year or this year? When all hell was breaking out, then you got the Four Horsemen, the movie that was like a prophetic movie of every time they turn on the TV, a certain event would happen unless somebody killed themselves. Like, if you're a true believer of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you have to believe in prophecies. So they're going to speak of of peace and safety. It's not going to be one antichrist. We're under a beast that have different heads, different levels, and they're all going to come together speaking of peace and safety. You know? Let me get that in Revelations, because this beast sits on many waters, nations and tongues. I believe that's Revelations, the 17th chapter. It's Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Right? And that whore is America. All this system is going to fall on America, even though the elite they're in everywhere, but they really remain in London or Europe. They remain in Europe, right? But the face of their power is America, and everything is going to be laid on America because it's supposed to fit prophecy. Because what did we say in first? What did the Lord say? You know, out of the prophets in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall, they. It's not talking about a person. They. This beast is they. You know, starting with Esau. 2nd Esdras 6 and 9, Esau is the end of the world. Esau is going to bring forth peace and safety. Peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. They're not going to escape these things, right? When we go to the book, let's go to the book of, I'm going to try to do a multitask. I'm going to go back to reading that too, in that article. This is Isaiah chapter 13, because Lord willing I could do a lesson on Isaiah 13, because it's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about modern Babylon, you know. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6 to 9. It says, howl ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand. Right? In the NLT it says, scream in terror. Right? KJV, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows, pain shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. He shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. How can this be? Go look up what happened to ancient Babylon. It got overtaken, because you got to know the second beast in Daniel the 7th chapter was the Persian and Medes. They overtook Babylon, man. And I'm going to show you an image, you know, because I know Israel, they like imagery, right? Let me show you an image. Babylon didn't get destroyed by fire. And it didn't get desolate. Right? I want to show you. I like bringing out the scriptures, because you know Israel, they like seeing imagery. So I'm gonna show you a few pictures. First, I'm gonna show you this one because it shows a better outline. It shows a better outline of. See, that was the Persian Medes Empire. You can see it at the bottom. The Persian Empire. They ruled all of that, right? And the Babylon was right in the middle, right? Because Israel is all the way right there near that sea, you know. The brother put, let me see what he said. Romans chapter 5, verse 8. Romans chapter 5, verse 8. But God commendeth his love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Hamashiach died for us. Much more than being not justified by his blood, we shall be saved from wrath through him. For if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of his son, much more being reconciled, we shall be we shall be saved by his life, right? And really that's going to usher in the elect, because all Israel as a bulk is not going to be saved. Only 1/3 out of Babylon, you know? This is why 2/3 of the black Latinos and natives who really fits the 12 tribes of Israel on this side must be destroyed, regardless if you believe it or don't accept it. Niggas with the Dittler mindset, niggas with that billionaire, millionaire mindset, the niggas with the drug dealing, you stripping hoes, sluts, right? But guess what? Even harlot women shall be saved too, because women are going to be humbled in that day. Certain men are going to be humbled, and they're going to come into faith because the Lord is looking in the hearts of the men and the women, you know? So again, you got to see, just like what we just seen in Isaiah 13:6-9, that Babylon in Isaiah, which is really talking about great Babylon, this mystery Babylon, is going to be desolate and destroyed. So if the Persians took over right here where you see their name, that would be Mesopotamia, Babylon, then that means it wasn't destroyed by fire. It was overtaken, right? Because even Daniel was around the time of Darius, right? You had Israel around the time of Cyprus, right? Who the Lord anointed to let them go, rebuild the temple, rebuild the walls. So Babylon wasn't destroyed by fire. Each empire after them overtook the land, right? We'll go to another one. We can go to the Greek Empire, right? Because if it was really by fire and it was desolate and nobody could live there, you wouldn't see a vast outlining of each empire ruling in those areas. Now, I can't give you the same outline with the Greek captivity. So I'm going to just, oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Take that back. It's not getting clear. Why is it not getting clear? I'll go to this one. No, this is... Dang. Come on, this got clear. Okay, so this right here, I'm getting up close. When you look at the bottom of right here, right where my thumb is at, it shows you ancient Greek civilization. All the yellow is the empire of the Greeks. Right there, right here, that's Babylon, Mesopotamia. So if it's going to be desolate in Isaiah 13, that proves that Isaiah 13 is talking about this Babylon. Babylon means confusion. What is mystery Babylon when we go into the scriptures? It's a mystery. It's a mystery of confusion. You know? So let me go back to this article that I was reading. I see the brother, he put a precept on her, so I don't want to forget to read your precept, King. The brother put 2 Timothy 4:18. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai shall deliver me from every evil work, and will preserve me unto his heavenly kingdom, to whom be glory forever and ever." Right? That's what we want to hope for. Only the elect, right? Going to your comment, you know, when you first seek the kingdom of heaven, only the elect is doing that on this side. You know, the elect is not being lazy. They're not being couch potatoes, right? The elect is watching. When the men of the Lord is teaching, they're doing their best to be builded up in the faith, starting with the name. The name is a part of the doctrine. The name is not Yeshua. It's not Yatua. To be honest, that's a modern name. So when we go back to ancient Greek, ancient Rome, right? Those are ancient kingdoms. So what is the ancient name of the Lord, the true name? When you go to Romans 15:4, you know, things that were written aforetime was written for our learning. Ancient was before the modern. Right now we're in modern Babylon, which is great Babylon, right? Ancient time, right? You have to know the children of Israel were speaking ancient Hebrew. You wasn't saying Israel, you were saying Yasharallah, or Yasharalam for Jerusalem, you know? So what would be the Lord's name? Yahweh, right? Yahweh. What is his son? Yahweh Shai, you know? So we have to be teaching in that name, and the elect is going to come and teach in that name. They're going to praise the Lord in that name. They're going to grow in that name, right? So that was a beautiful precept, especially for the elect, because they're hoping for that deliverance. You know, we're hoping for that deliverance. Going back to this article before we continue with 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, the 3rd verse, right? So again, it says, The United Nations, the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, and the elites around, they want a global digital system that could help to improve access to financial services and government services and promote participation in the global economy. The United Nations is advocating for a global digital system that would connect digital IDs to bank or mobile money accounts. The UN's proposal aims to enhance financial inclusion, promote digital transactions, and deliver social protection coverage to enable beneficiaries, right? Because they're trying to put a hold on hackers, right? But that's them trying to have control of your money, right? Guess what? It's going to be hard for you drug dealers. You will have to work in a pharmacy to really be a drug dealer now, you know? Drug dealers is going to have to be, like, I don't know how that's going to work for y'all. Strippers, you're going to have to get a digital form in order to get that stripper money. Ain't no dollar bills getting thrown at you hoes no more, right? But yeah, it's not here right now. The World Economic, they had a summit, I think a year ago or 2 years ago. They said we're half and half. We're cash and we're digital. But we're working day and night to push for a full digital global economy. They want the push for the whole world to be digital. You know? That's going to push that Revelations 13. Because they're going to talk about peace and safety with this mark, right? But sudden destruction is going to happen, right? So just reading more, it says, here are some other things to consider about digital IDs. Adoption. As mid-2022, 186 out of 198 countries have foundational ID systems that store identity records digitally. However, some countries still rely on paper-based digital records. Your birth certificate, your social security. With this new digital, which I just seen in the UN, they want to remove the birth certificate, health stuff, so you can have it in this digital form where everything is compacted in that. Your license compacted with this digital system. Woo! Music to my ears, which can be difficult to verify or replace, right? Implementation, the largest national digital system is India's Aadhaar, which records biometric and biographical data and issues a card, right? Because certain places, especially in Sweden, only 2% use cash and credit cards, right? Only 2%. The rest, 97%, is using palm reading, face recognition, man. Because they're pushing digital over there. Private sectors. In the U.S., private companies are expected to lead the charge in bringing digital identities mainstream. Like, this is something big to talk about, not the diddler. You know, a lot of people are going to have to change, you know, when it comes to your job, like my job, they use RFID little things to clock in. Right here is the RFID in here, right? To put me in, because then it knows that, you know, it knows this key fob when you go in. When I was working at SPS, when I would use this, they would know that I was in the building, even though I wasn't able to clock in because I wasn't part of the business. They knew without me calling saying I'm in work. They knew. The lady said, we know when the key fob swipe in, we know that when you went in and when you went out. So there's no way that I can cheat my pay. You're like, wow. So imagine when this is fully pushed, the job is going to take away that and you got to put it in you. It's going to be multiple jobs that's going to fall through it. You got another one, TSA. The TSA began testing the acceptance of digital IDs, including mobile driver license, at select the TSA pre-check checkpoint in early 2022. You got the Gates family. Wait, where am I reading? Hold on. I thought I just saw something right here. They're saying digital IDs are an effective tool against poverty. Against poverty. A global solution is making them available to many. Right? This is why I'm telling you it's gonna be a trick bag for you, for us poor folks, man. I'm not rich. I'm poor, man. Even if I was rich, I'm just a rich slave. Still poor because your money, it all comes from your oppressors, man. You know? Let me get that in second Ezra, the 9th chapter. You know, this is something good to be talking about, man. I believe that the mark, the M-A-R-K, the M-O-T-B is physical. You know? There's no other way around it. You know, we're living in Rome 2.0, and Rome was based off of money, man. They pushed money. Hey, we can go look up certain things too. I like looking up information. Let's see. We looking up something right here. This is about the Roman Empire. It says the Roman Empire was affected by money and greed in a number of ways, including currency debasement. Man, what? Come on, man. They fell because of money and greed. Hold on for second Ezra, man. Somebody in the comment section, remember second Ezra, the 9th chapter, so I don't forget to go back to it, man. Revelations, the 13th chapter. Let's talk about it, man. Rome fell because of money. Isn't the American dollar falling? You should be stung like a bee. Revelations chapter 13. And I'm gonna read verse 3. It says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and the world wondered after the beast. Right? It's 7 heads. Rome is that head even back then. Right? The whore that sits on the head is America. But it was 7 heads. It was Rome, Britain, Greek, Germany Major, Germany Minor, Spanish. What was the other one? Spanish. Oh, and the French. Right? Those are the 7 Edomite heads. But it said that it healed. Right? Because America, wait, hold on. Dropping down to verse 11. And beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, because it's an Edomite. Revelations 12 is going into that red dragon, who was represented as red, as a nation, Esau, as a nation. David was red, or Solomon. No, we talking about a nation. As an example, a nation was the example of red. A dragon, not a real dragon, because a lot of the prophets had visions and dreams of animals, but it wasn't literal animals. It was symbolic for the empires, right? So verse 12, it says, going into this dragon, he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Right? To worship and obey its system, the money, the religion, right? The system of the first beast, and money was part of it, right? So again, it says the Roman Empire was affected by money and greed in a number of ways, including currency debasement. The Roman Empire's currency was debased, which led to inflation, overtaxation, and a financial crisis. Yo, you gotta really sit back and wait and watch like Gadget's song and really think like, dang, inflation is happening in America. Taxes is rising in America, even in the world. Right now, what is it, 41,000 or 14,000 people that import food from country to country? They're going on a strike. They're not getting paid well. Guess what? That's going to be a problem on food. But then in a minute, they're gonna make victuals dumb cheap in this place, man. America is just like Rome. I'm gonna read this again, man. because people really don't understand that America is Rome 2.0. Currency debasement for the Roman Empire's currency was debased, which led to inflation, overtaxation, and a financial crisis. Y'all gotta do a deep dive and investigation on history. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke, the 2nd chapter, because this is around the time when Yahushua was born. Going into Caesar Augustus. You even have a TV show that I watch. I might watch it again. I believe it's called The Roman Empire. And if I'm wrong, you just look up the main character, Caesar Augustus, from a child to a grown man. This is Luke chapter 2. And starting at verse 1, it says, "And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world would be taxed." Rome didn't rule the whole world. They ruled the old part of the ancient land, which you see Babylon, Persian, Greek. They just took over their lands and expanded a little further. Then when Rome fell, because they said that they would build, but the Lord would tear down, then they got even more crafty, and the whole world was given to them, and they expand their power 4 corners of the earth. The Edomite elites ruled the whole earth, 4 corners of the earth, right? So back then, Caesar Augustus taxed in that time. That same spirit is back today, but they're taxing the whole earth, right? It says, "In this taxing was first made by Cyrenius, when Cyrenius was governor over Syria, and all went to be taxed, every one into his own city. Joseph also went up to Galilee out of the city of Nazareth in Judea into the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David." This proves that Yahushua is the seed of David, because his father Joseph, his sperm was of the seed of David. It's a sidebar. David and Mary did make love with each other, but that's a conversation for another day, right? Verse 5, "To be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child." I just wanted to show that taxing was going on around the time of Yahushua, because the whole point, it's not about teaching a point that Yahushua and Joseph's mother have sex. You just go in the scriptures, especially when you look at Solomon through the Spirit. When you go to 1 Corinthians chapter 4 or chapter 1, no, 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 30 or 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 30, it shows that Yahushua is wisdom itself. So when Solomon was Yahushua through the Spirit, and Solomon knew all things. And Solomon said all kings have the same entrance in this world, and it's through sex. Yahushua was a king, did not put on the cross, the king of the Jews. Yahushua is a king, so his mother and father had sex. We can't say for one or for his brothers, which, his one brother was a prophet, James. He was a prophet. And that's all by Yahweh. That's all by Yahweh that moved him to be a prophet. Samson, he was moved. His mother and father had sex. He was a special baby. John, his father Zacharias and Elizabeth, they was old. They had babies. Abraham, Sarah, they was old. They had babies. They lay with each other. So taxing was going on throughout the whole world, in history. But with Rome, it's very important because we just read in Revelations, the 13th chapter, verse 11 and 12, that it exercised the same thing as the first beast, which is this money. So I'm going to read that again for the ones that, that just came in. The Roman Empire was affected by money and greed in a number of ways, including currency debasement. The Roman Empire's currency was debased, which led to inflation, overtaxation, and financial crisis. Class equality. The senatorial amassed large estate. The empire became consumed by slave estates. This system became unsustainable and led to slave and peasant revolt in the 5th century, right? Because you had this, what is it called? Sakari. The Sakari crew. They did a revolt against the Roman Empire, man. Right? We were slaves under Rome. We're slaves right now. Baruch 3 and 8. You are slaves, man. Every day Israelite is born, under the sun, you are under the place of judgment until Yahweh Shai come back. So you are a slave, my brother and sister. So let's go to Baruch, because he don't give a date. He's in Babylon, but you have to know a lot of things that was prophesied was a double prophecy of the end times, because the children of Israel was going to be in 4 major captivities. The last captivity, which was Rome, was going to be more diverse than all of them. So Rome fell, but it healed and got back up. And that's called the Renaissance with the rebirth. And they reestablished their kingdom, but they went to conquer and devour, just like what the spiritual Satan said in Job, the 1st chapter. Esau physically conquered many lands. A lot of y'all might not know that America was pushing the LGBT community in Kenya and this nation and that nation. That's where you go, where America was having every nation drink of that Dittler cup of fornication, philosophies, right? The mindset, the taxation, right? Because the American dollar was the top dollar in the whole world. Now America is not even top 10, right? So Baruch 3 and 8, it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse. Guess what? Even with James, the 1st chapter, the 1st verse, James was teaching for the 12 tribes that was scattered abroad. Israel was scattered even in that time. The northern kingdom, majority of the northern kingdom was over here, man. In North America and Central America. But then when Esau got back into power, he scattered us even more in the Caribbean, Jamaica, this land over there in Europe, to grow his empire, to rebuild it, Zalaki. So for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed from the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, our power, right? Payment, that tax. Insurance, guess what? That was profited from slavery. Every bank that's known in America and every other country, they profited from slavery. West Fargo, I got Citizen Bank, Bank of America, M&T Bank, all of them profit from slavery, because all banks was really established through the Templars, the Jesuits, right? And those are really Edomites, man, And a lot of even Edomites took other identities. That's why some people say, oh, no, they're Japhites. No, they're this. No, Esau is going to be Esau. Because the Lord even says in Ecclesiastes, let me just go to it. I'd rather let the Bible speak before I just, mumble out my own mouth. This Ecclesiastes, I believe is the 4th chapter in verse 16. It says, there is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them, they also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is vanity and vexation of the spirit. So that shows all nations in Genesis, the 10th chapter, all those descendants, all those nations are back on the earth. The chosen seed, the wicked seed, the Gentiles, which is just nations in general, starting with the Israelites, Edomites, Elamites, right? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Hold on. Let me get something. We can read it out clearly. Let's read it out clearly for the kin folks. I'm going to read 2 of them. You got the Edomites, the Elamites, the Shorites, the Amorites, the Ishmaelites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Cushites, the Meserites, the Phutites, the Canaanites, the Germanites, the Magonites, Magog, which is Russia, the Javanites, the Askanites, the Tarshanites, the Kemites, right? Which you got Caucasians, East Indians, Assyrians, Syrians, Arabs, Chinese, Japanese, Ethiopians, Egyptians, North Africans, South Africans, Turkish, Russians, Greeks, Germany, Spaniards, and Mediterranean. But you have to know, even some of these names got mixed around because when Esau got in power, the Lord did those things. And he really did it for the elect's sake. When you go back to Baruch 2 and 30, It says in the land of our captivity, we shall remember who we are, starting with the elect. Yo, even the wicked is starting to know who they are. Oh yeah, I see you. Matthew 24:6, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not. Wait, hold on, let me read that last part. But the end is not yet, right? And we are hearing rumors of war. You want to see nukes dropping. You want to see stores closing, you know? I'm praying for destruction. I'm yelling destruction to come on this place. I hope a lot of us lose our jobs, man, so that we can really evaluate, is we really about this faith? Because Yahushua, even in Psalms and other verses, when the Lord come back, he's going to say is he's going to see faith in the earth. Yes, only by a remnant, right? Only by the elect, 1/3. When you add that number up on this side, that's 33.3%. 66.6% of the Israelites is going to die in America, man. You're freaking dead, right? And guess what? Some of these immigrants and some people that's coming from Ukraine, Russia, and other nations that's coming to America, some of them is not the other nations. Some of them are really Israelites, because the Lord says Israel is a speckled bird. Some Israelites look like Edomites. Look at Blake Griffin, Drake, because of his mother, but his father is a Benjamite. I believe his father's a Benjamite, but he a Jake, you know. You got even some sisters that look black. I mean, they're not even sisters. They look black, like Colombiana. You heard that her father is a so-called heathen, which you have to probably do a deep dive. But she looked like a Jake. If she's not a Jake, she looked like one, which can go into a tear, you know. This ministry is a mystery, like Scooby-Dooby-Doo. This is a mystery. That's why you got to do a deep dive investigation. Right, let me read another one to make it clear. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's not even clear. So let's just go back to where we was at. So you got another thing about Rome corruption. The cumulative effect of greed and other factors led to a corruption and erosion of government institutions, right? Wealth and power. The wealthiest man in Rome, Scarsus, became synonymous with the dangers of unbridled lust for money, power, and glory, right? And guess what? That spirit is back on the earth through the elites, man. Even when you go into the Greek captivity, Esau learned from his own history, because in the Greek captivity, when Alexander died, he gave his empire to his 4 generals, his 4 successors. And when they even died, they gave their crowns to their kids, and their kids gave it to their kids, and their kids gave it to their kids. The elites have general wealth. It gets brought down and brought down. And their general wealth is going to have their name stamped on it. Jake, I'm trying to bring general wealth. You don't really have general wealth because your name stamp is not on that money. Your face is not stamped on that. Other nations is not using your money. So I'm just being honest. No Jake is really having general wealth on this side. You know? You're just a coon in a Ponzi scam. You know? You are a part of the wicked. Right? So then you got economic conditions. Small landowners sold themselves into enslavement to escape the burden of tax. Trade. The Roman economy was paralyzed by hyperinflation, solar taxes, worthless money. By the end of the 3rd century, trade was mostly local and insufficient. It said worthless money. The dollar is worthless, man. You can go wipe your butt with it, man. Somebody gonna tell you, hey, you still using money, man. We just gonna live our life, man. It's not gonna happen, man. Yo, the dollar is, oh man, it's collapsing, but it's gonna grow back again. So many, do y'all don't even know over 100 more countries just left the dollar? You got some still using American dollar, but trading with brick. Niggas is dead, man. Yo, if you true believers that say you are, if you're not getting closer to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you take this MARK, this MOTB, you're done. You're dead. You know? Our women is still, they say they high value, but they dress half naked, and you'll be like, yo, man, look, you look like a nut. Let's get it on. But then they look at you like you ain't not. Oh, I want a man with money. I want a man that's 6 feet. You women gotta be really humble. You don't got no faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's because this place polluted the men and the women, even our children. You got young little rappers holding guns, smoking weed, saying that they are G, that they killing ops. This captivity is the best, worst captivity because they got niggas feeling themselves thinking that they doing something. Niggas really think that they the leaders of us. How? Cardi B, you think you a leader for us, but you got a fake butt. Your butt stank. You know, Vivica A. Fox, you think you a leader, now you 50, almost 60, saying now you ready for a real relationship. But he gotta have money to be able to pay my bills. And your cheeks that don't even look right. Humble me, man. You got women making music about all the single ladies like Beyonce, but don't even give y'all time to talk to y'all, but go home to her husband. Make it make sense, man. We don't got real. How is Farrakhan in the nation, the Islamic nation, but the man reading out the scriptures that the true Israelites is the blacks, man. The true Jews is the blacks. Bro, make up your damn mind on what you gonna read. You got our people going to and fro. Which way should I go? You know? Nobody on this side that got power, that got money, that got a face that's out here, that has a name in society, you know, for the left-hand side, they ain't doing shit for you. Kanye West, only thing he did for the spirit is to get that name, the Jews, we the real Jews, the Israelites. That's all. Then Kyrie, that's it. Other than that, they went right back into their position, man. To really do this is to really fall on that butt, man. We gonna get into the word spectacle. This is a show, another show, guys. We out here doing another show for the true believers of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's what a spectacle is. We're a show for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and the angels and the people, right? Really, for the true believers, but even for the 2/3, this is a show. Some of them think we singing a song. Oh, this brother being diligent. I see you. He got Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 19. Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. Whoa! Mysteries is revealed to the humble. This is how you know everybody can't get it. Matthew the 13th chapter. Everybody cannot get this thing. Hold on, brother. Now you give me a little amp real quick. Hold on, wait a second. Let's not rush. We gonna go back to what it said about Rome, because America going through the same thing. Hold on, brother. That brother owns to something right now. We gonna go to 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter. And I advise, if you didn't read this, you got to do a deep dive and read it. You know, you got to know that Ezra, E-Z-R-A, he rewrote the 5 books of the Bible. Message, we got it. I believe, which one is it? Is it verse 38? Okay, here we go. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, and I'm going to start at 42, but the point is like around 45, 47. It says, the highest gave me understanding. The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, because Ezra had 5 men that was going to write all these scriptures and verses. Moses was speaking to the children of Israel. That was Ezra speaking these things through the Spirit, through the Rakak Wadash, and the Lord gave the 5 men the understanding, because you're not about to write something, now understand what you're writing. So the 5 writers had the understanding on what they're writing, and they wrote the wonderful vision of the night that were told, which they knew not, and they set 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate. So all day when the sun was up, they were writing. Ezra was speaking from sun up all the way to sundown As for me, I spake in the day and I held not my tongue by night. So he just kept talking, right? He had the gift of gab, but that was the Rakak Wadash in him. It says, in 40 days they wrote 204 books. And it came to pass when the 40 days were filled, the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly, that the worthy and the unworthy may read. That's why the unrighteous, that's why these false prophets can read these scriptures. Because some of these things is for the unworthy and for the worthy. Even for the ones that's unworthy and they reading it, they're not gonna get it. Because what the brother just said. We're gonna go back to this because I want to show you a point. Sirach 3:19, many are in high places and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. Right? So really the ones that are worthy was given a portion. But hold on. Now verse 46, but keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge. Right? Those wise people would be the prophets. That's why when we go into the New Testament, the Pharisees couldn't understand some of these parables. Some of them was talking about them. And then even more, they said, yo, Moses wrote of me. And if you can't understand what Moses, you can't even understand what I'm saying. That's why when they were saying law, they couldn't get that Moses. Let me go to a verse for y'all, man. Let me go to a verse. You can read it in the KJV. You can read this verse in the KJV. I'm going to read it in NLT. It's St. John chapter 5 and verse 39. It says, you search the scriptures because you think they give you eternal life, but the scriptures point to me. So a lot of things that happened in the scriptures was pointing to Yahushua, especially sacrifice. Because bulls and lambs and, bullocks, rams, the sacrifices that we was doing could not amount to one sacrifice of Yahushua. Those things couldn't cleanse us like Yahushua did. The temple, that represents the heavenly temple that's with the Heavenly Father. The part behind the veil, only the high priest can go through. Yahushua never went past that veil, but he went past the heavenly veil where the Father is at. Because Yahushua is the high priest. He's under that Melchizedek order. Right? Everything leads to Yahushua, prophesying, teaching. Wherever you go, wherever the prophets was before Yahushua and after Yahushua, Luke chapter 10. Let me get that. Luke chapter 10. This is Luke chapter 10, verse 1. After these things, the Lord Yahweh Shema appointed other 70 also, and sent them 2 and 2 before his face into every city and place whether he himself would come. Right? So wherever the prophets was before Yahushua and after Yahushua, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua sent you where he would go and teach. Think about it. Wherever the men of the Lord was teaching before our time, during our time, after our time, that's where Yahushua would go. Through the Spirit, you're going to be like, oh, snap. Yo, if I'm in Barbados or if I'm in Nebraska and I'm teaching this word, this is where because Yahushua put you there. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua put you where you're at. If your family like, oh man, we about to move to Vegas and you've been living in Vegas for 14 years. The Lord did that. Man's going to the Lord. And now you prophesying because the Lord sent you where he wanted you to go. Only the elect gonna get that. So we just seen the secret things is only given to the wise. And those are the prophecies and the dark sayings. That's why this MOTB, I'm not pressed I'm not amazed, because look, you got regular Christians that slip all through the scriptures. They see the MOTB being physical. But you got people saying, Kwam Yasharella, but the MOTB is spiritual. Everybody ain't gonna get it, even the ones that's in this truth. Then you had 70 disciples, pupils, learners walking with Yahushua, and a lot of them walked away, but only 12 stayed. They walked with Yahushua, they ate with Yahushua, and they stopped walking with him. You had some that heard, this is my flesh that you must eat, drink this is my blood. That they couldn't get it, but when he sat down at that supper, he gave them the understanding he's that ever-living bread when you go back into the Passover. You know, he's that lamb, the sacrifice for the door, right? He's your ticket to get in the kingdom, but his blood is the remission of sins. You know, Yahushua plays the whole role of your whole life. He plays the whole role of these scriptures because he comes in a whole volume of the book. You know, when you go to Ephesians 4:11, he set up these teachers. You know, the Lord set up the teachers because he set up the right team. They're better than the NBA All-Stars of 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020. When Jordan was around, these are the super All-Stars. You know? Let me get this other one, because this is another kicker to show you Yahushua. This Revelation 19:10. It says, message. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship God, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So when we went into 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, verse 3, we're tapping into that prophecy. You know, they're going to talk about peace and safety, but destruction is going to come. People say, oh man, why won't you talk about the good? The good didn't come here yet. That's the kingdom. But we have to talk about the terrible because the Lord is terrible and great. This is not one-sided, man. You know? Let me get back to the brother's precept. Sorry for that. I had to get in there. The brother put Ezekiel 7:19. It says, they shall cast their silver in the streets. Come on, talk to me. And their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their soul, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity, right? And guess what? This MOTB is going to be a huge stumbling block for the children of Israel. We're talking about all of them. The ones that's not going to take it and the ones that is going to take it. Let me get it real quick. You know, because this goes into that karagama. Let me read it actually in a blue letter because I can go get the actual word for the mark. You know, you have to believe and see it physical. The image, the image, which we could look at as spiritual, you know, spiritual, but what is the image? It's their philosophies. You know, the philosophy, the ideology of Rome. The beast is Rome. The beast is Esau, right? So that's like a spiritual aspect of it, but Rome is a physical identity, which is the Edomites. Their image is their new philosophy, what goes into the new world order. But the mark is something physical. It's not spiritual. The mark is physical. This is Revelations, the 13th chapter, verse 16. He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And we just seen when we looked at certain articles that they want to make it global. So it's not going to be in one country, one city. It's going to be global, rich and poor. Because you got rich and poor in multiple countries, different states, all over the world. Verse 17, and no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, which is 666. When you go into verse 18, it's going into a stigma. When you look up the word stigma, it says prick, prick, which is a physical mark. Let me just go into this M-A-R-K, and then I'll look up the word stigma for y'all, because I'd rather God be true and every man a liar.
Strong's G5480.
Khragma, right? It says a stamp, imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist, right? Which really anti-Hamashiach. Many nations against Yahushua, even Israelites, but the top one is Esau, who's going to push this mark for you to buy and sell with. And if you don't take it, you know, you're going to be put to death for it. Revelations 20:4, which some Israelites say this already happened, but Yahushua did not reign on this side. So you're wrong on that part. Yahushua did not reign for 1,000 years yet. right? So let me get this word for stigma. Let me get this word for stigma for the family. Let's get it. And I go to the blue letter a lot. And then, like, say if I want to get homology of certain words, I go to this website, homology.com. I got this from a brother from Great Millstone, and I'm telling you, it's been doing wonders. Stigma. Let's go into the word stigma. Look, you see me reading it. Let me zoom up. Stigma. You see it on the screen. Stigma, mark made on skin by burning with a hot iron. What they did in Rome. You can go watch the TV show Spartacus. They did that in the beginning of slavery. If another slave owner wanted a girl and the slave master was already making love to her, he'll brand her on the face so she'll look ugly so nobody will want her. Brand you by beating your ass, or brand you if you was running so you would be noticed, or if, you know, even if you was free and you had that mark, they would know who owned you. From Greek stigma, mark of a pointed instrument, puncture, tattoo mark, right? And a tattoo is a needle. Come on. Brand, which relates to stizen, to mark, right? I'm not making this up. Figurative meaning, mark of disgrace or infamy, which attaches to a person on account of evil conduct, right? So you taking this mark is a part of evil conduct, right? Because if you take this, you're going to get the condemnation or the indignation of the Lord, right? That fire without mixture, right? That fire, which is those nukes. America's going to burn, man, for a point of time, right? And 2/3 is going to die with the rest of whoever else is here, right? Some of you small leaders, you elites is going to die here too. You got, because when you go into a stigma, it lines up with the word stick, right? Stick. And it says to pierce or puncture, to stab with a weapon, right? To prick, be sharp, right? So the stigma, which even goes into a verb of stick, right? This word stick is linking with stigma. So you're going to be punctured. You're going to be pricked with a certain implement needle. Let me show you. Let me see if I can go to my playlist on YouTube. Playlist. Let me see if I still got it. I should. Yep, right there. Right. Right there, you can get pricked with. Get pricked right there. You can get punctured. And that's gonna be a digital ID, right? The world is always upgrading. Ever since technology came, it's been upgrades after upgrades. If you don't see this, I'm not here to force you. I'm not here to make you, none of that. But outside of that, destruction is coming to America. Bombs is gonna destroy this place. No kingdom ever lasted. Only kingdom that's gonna last is the kingdom of Hamashiach Yahushai, under the power of Abba Yahweh. So the brother put John chapter 15, verse 5. I am the vine and ye are the branches. He that abideth in me remain in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. But without me, ye can do nothing, right? And that starts with the name, because even with the name of Yahushai, you have power, man. You got to see a lot of people. This one brother said, man, y'all make a doctrine out the name of Yahushai. Brother said that we were Yahushai thumpers, gospel thumpers, and they over here calling and teaching the word of the Lord. Yahushai said he come in the whole Bible in a book. Over here, we teach the whole Bible, not just one side, not just one book. We teach the whole thing. And I'm not just only doing lives, I'm doing video after video. Sometimes people might ask a question. If I get a chance to it, if the spirit don't have me drawn to doing other videos, I'll do a lesson, a quick 20-minute, 15, 10, 7, 5, or a correctional and correction for the doctrine videos, right? Because the true teachers is teaching all throughout the Bible, We might even teach about the two sticks becoming one. And some people in this Israelite movement can't see the 12 tribes chart and say, nah, that don't even line up, because you know Jake is scattered four corners of the earth. We know that. That stick represents for all Israel being one kingdom, but talking about these two sticks in America, right? Because in America, the 12 tribes are at a mass rate in America together. And the two sticks in this truth, you got a lot of Northern Kingdom is teaching with the Southern Kingdom. You got Indians, you got Asher, Zebulon. The whole 12 tribes is mixed up in multiple different camps, man, teaching this word. So that shows that this stick is going to really become one stick, you know? But that's, you know, hey, it's not, hey, if you can't see it, I'm not forcing it on you, buddy. So let me get back to this article thing that we just seen. Where is it at? So now y'all seen that. So again, when we was looking at Rome, when it came to trade, it says the Roman economy was paralyzed by hyperinflation, soaring taxes, worthless money. By the end of the 3rd century, trade was mostly local and insufficient, right? So right now we're using worthless money. America is on borrowed time, literally borrowed time, right? This is why you want to make your calling and election sure. Not for my sake, but for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Shalom. Shalom. First Thessalonians 5:3 again, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, right? Nobody's going to be able to escape in that day. Let me see if I can see if this is a precept I would like. No, that's Ezekiel. Was it Hosea 13:13? Hosea 13:13, it says, the sorrows of a travailing woman shall come upon him. He is an unwise son, for he shall not stay long in the place of the breaking forth of children. Right? It's really good, because when you go into the verse before, it's going into Ephraim, you know? But you got to know that this pain, like a pain of a woman in labor, that's what's going to come to this place, you know, Babylon, right? Let me actually go to this verse right here in Psalm 60, because I cannot stop thinking about it for the past few days, right? Because, brother, the Lord have given us a banner, right, which is this truth, this word. You know, this is our banner that we must bring forth this word. This is Psalm 60:4. It says, thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth, right? This banner is only for the ones that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? And that's really the elect, you know? You're gonna take baby steps and then you're gonna grow, but this is only for the ones that fear the Lord. Like, I'm gonna say this, please don't get offended. Nobody can fuck with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Nobody, bro. None of us got power to stop him. You cannot stop none of these prophecies. Nobody got the power to fuck with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. None of us. None of us, man. Niggas is dead. If you don't come and follow Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you dead. If you ain't teaching your kids, they dead, man. Like, literal fear. Like, every day I be trying to tell my house, and everybody's house is different. I want my household to be moved with motivation, because they got to be thinking, what if I didn't come home? What if I wasn't there? What if I got taken? What if something happened? Is you going to lose the faith? You better double on faith and just say, you know what? The Lord got him. The Lord got him. Yeah, think upon me, but think on the Lord, because guess what? The Lord is going to use certain things. The Lord is going to take certain things. And guess what? That's going to cause a lot of people to fall, man. You don't know what it is seeing your kid die in front of you. You don't know what it is if you don't got no food for 3-4 days or even a day. And you're like, oh man, I'm hungry. You know, the Day of Atonement, that's different. But we talking about it's nothing that you can eat. stores ain't selling no food, you ain't got nothing to eat, and you know you hungry as hell, is you gonna lose your faith and eat your damn kids? We did that in our past, man. Faith is gonna be tested. Faith is gonna be tested. Let me get a side precept if I may. Let me make sure, let me not be rude. I know this brother is dropping. Okay, he didn't drop nothing yet. What did I want to get? Yes, I know what I want to get. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. And I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, examine yourselves to see if your faith is genuine. Test yourselves. Right? I'm going to stop right there. Every day you got to see if your faith is genuine. Right? And it starts within. It's not the outward appearance. It's the faith within, because the spirit is renewed day by day. If I die right now, the flesh is going to decay and go back to where it came from, in the dirt. But my spirit go right back to the Father. So you should be examining yourself, testing yourself. You know, sometimes I'm watching it, sometimes I take a minute. My wife or my kid could be talking and I zoom out and I might just be calling the Lord. Hey, Lord, my thought, Like, even working every day, I couldn't fully get like a huge read on. But I got read-ons throughout the day, and of course, I'm like, man, that's not enough. Coming out the camp, sometimes I have precepts written down on my notebook or on a piece of paper, and I'm like, I'm going to bring this out. And sometimes it just be the spirit. And even if I go through the spirit, I don't want it to be me. I don't want to come up with something new. I don't want to stumble. If I make a mistake, Lord, have one of my brothers or one of the brothers from Great Mill or the affiliates to be on there and be like, nah, bro, what's going on this? Because I don't want to teach something new. You know, because we all entered in somebody else's labor. We're just finishing it out for the harvest, which is the end of the earth, you know? So I'm calling on Yahweh Shem Shai to be the one to bring forth the edification, because to edify is to build up. We want the Lord to build us up in this faith, right? So we can press towards this mark. And I've been feeling a lot of change within me, you know, not to boast of myself, but I'm feeling something different is going to happen. You know, I'm feeling something is gonna happen, and the ones that's not paying attention is gonna get hit unaware. My thought process been different, and I'm speaking on behalf of other people too, because I know some women, some men, their thought process is different. Some women, it's not about to be like, oh man, my man came home at 7 in the morning, or oh man, he was out at this time. Guess what? It's a spirit in you, woman, because guess what? You're not the author of your husband. You know, when you see certain videos, you start thinking, look, in the kingdom, he gonna have more than what he got on this side. So me on this side, even though we still low, how can I'm in a battle myself just like him. A woman that's of this faith is gonna know that a battle is way bigger, is way bigger than what you think. As long as this man bringing you to that kingdom, and he's ordering his household, the Lord said, if you don't order your household, you're not even fit to be a leader in the church, man. You know, we're all in a battle. Your kids is in a battle, and the kids don't even know it. You know, and even though we know it's really about the parents, but you got to think, if a kid believe in the tooth fairy, or they believe in Christmas, they believe in their phone, they believe in all this other stuff, why can't tell me that your kid can't show that they believe in Yahweh Shem Shai? You telling me your kids can't speak or read or ask questions about Yahweh Shem Shai, but they can tell you, where does monkeys come from? Man, you 15 years old, you can't ask me, where did people come from? Why did God make the evil? Guess what? When kids do those things, a parent is gonna smile. Not, oh, my kid know 2 + 2, like we all happy when our kid can speak and all of that. But just imagine when you in this truth and your son, it's like I seen videos of a kid acting like his father and going in the word, acting like he teaching. That father felt something. He felt the way, because that's a spirit, man. That's a real role model, you know? So we supposed to be an example of this faith. That's why I said, examine yourself to see if your faith is genuine. Test yourselves. Surely you know that Yahweh Mashiach is among you. If not, you have failed the test of genuine faith. If you don't believe Yahweh Shai, look, and that's amazing. I was just watching a video that the brother Bashar, the beloved Bashar, put in the chat, that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai sees everything. He see what you're doing before you do it. You know? He knows what you want to do in your heart. He know what you about to go do in 5 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. He know. That's why I said none of us can fuck with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And I'm saying this as a man. But I'm saying it like truly through the spirit, because you got to really sit back and think, look, you see, you're breathing air, but you don't even see it. It's a visible dome, but you never got up there and touched it, but you could breathe air. I'm going in a house that's sealed. All windows is closed, but I can still breathe. You know, I remember a kid asking, he said, but look, if our house is closed, why is it so easy for us to breathe? We're not outside where oxygen really is. Guess what? That is a spiritual question right there. Because only Yahweh Hashem Yahushai can do that. Air is going through walls. You know, you get air hitting through your pores. You got a fingerprint where somebody can know who you is. Somebody can take your spit and know who you is. Like, Yahweh Hashem, his power is beyond measure. A woman, the Lord put you in a cleansing where you got to be thankful the Lord is letting your karuchi get cleansed. And that give you a timeout from getting thrashed through, getting that taco done up, where you can get cleansed out as a woman. That's where you could praise the Lord. You know, give your time to the Lord. When you have a child, for you to carry a child, you're not creating it. The Lord is molding a child, because he showed you that in Jeremiah. You know, the Lord is creating a child within you. You ain't creating nothing. You know, the Lord is creating that baby. Did you create a challenged baby, a deformed baby? Did you create a baby that's two of them together, twins? No, the Lord did that. You know, he created your body to handle that and move your organs around. You cut somebody's stomach open while they standing, all their organs fall out. Look at an engine, you open it all up. As soon as you remove a certain pipe or something in there, all that's gonna fall out. Somebody was really precise when they created these things. The mansions that Yahweh Shai talking about is not of course you're gonna have a house and a mansion on the earth. But he said, in my Father's house is many mansions. The Heavenly Father don't live on earth, but he's through all living things. The Heavenly Father, when he's talking about he has many houses, this planet is a house. Earth is a house. The moon is a house. So on and so on. Like, if you can, you know, we haven't got there yet, but even Solomon knew the elements. He knew about the planets and the suns, man. The houses that Yahweh Shai talking about was the ones outside of here. People talk about different solar systems. Where am I talking about it? No, different universes. It's different universes. That's a mansion. You know, the Yahweh Hashem Shai power is beyond this. That's why the left-hand side got niggas doing witchcraft, voodoo. If the left side is pushing those little wicked things, imagine Yahweh Hashem Shai in full power. You know? So again, let me read this again. Salaki, y'all. I just got into it. I was into it. This is Psalm 60:4 again. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. Right? This banner is these scriptures. Right? We hold it on for the 12 tribes of Israel, who the world ignorantly is calling you not the people. But in the land of your captivity, you're going to remember who you are because of the signs, because of the prophecies, because of the curses. You know, this fits you, Black, Latino, and Native, which Latinos can be called Hispanics too. You know, this fits you. You are those people. Let's go to another one that showed you the banner. Isaiah, the 13th chapter. This Isaiah chapter 13, starting at verse 1. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. What's a high mountain? A mountain can be an example of power. The high mountain is America. Because, verse 1, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. He's speaking of this Babylon. Lift up ye a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Right? The gates of the nobles. right? The men of the Lord is the nobles for this case, right? And they're shaking the hand. They're doing the Asher. Man, the Lord going to judge you. Oh, you go into Isaiah 58 and 1. You go into 2nd Ezra chapter 1, verse 5. Let's get it. This is how we shaking the hand. I'll just get the classic. Isaiah 58, verse 1. Isaiah 58, verse 1. This is you shaking the hand. Cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression, in the house of Jacob their sins. This truth is the trumpet, but you're using your voice. You see? Because to blow a trumpet, you got to put your mouth on it. Right? You got to use your mouth to blow the trumpet. The trumpet is this truth. Right? But you're crying aloud with your voice. You know? Telling your people their sins and their transgression from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's us shaking the hand. You know? Let me go to another one, because I quoted it. 2nd Ezra, the 1st chapter. In verse 5, it says, go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children. First, we got to come out here and teach the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because judgment is happening in the house of Israel first. What's that? 1 Peter 1 and 4 and 17. This is why, Jake, you gotta, what did it say? You know, you gotta make sure you got fear in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because as soon as you start losing that fear in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you're gonna be consumed and unaware, right? And you're gonna be a coulda, woulda, shoulda. This is 1 Peter 4 and 17. Salakis was a little brisky. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first began at us, what shall be the end? What shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel? Right? Judgment has happened towards the 12 tribes of Israel, regardless if they know about it or don't, regardless if they love it or don't. Judgment has happened with you first. And we already see a slow judgment. Especially when some people was teaching in the name and the Lord removed them from the name. You know? Some of you sisters, you was a wife in this truth, and then the dude excommunicated your ass. A lot of men and women on this side of the 12 tribes of Israel is going to be humbled. Being in this truth is your humbling state right now. You're being humbled now. If you got time to spare, you be humbled when you put a YouTube video and you're watching it, getting edified. And really being in the spirit, you're going to probably watch another video, maybe another video, or you might read. That's the spirit. I'm not saying if you only watch one video, hey, it is what it is. But did you take something from it? But the spirit is a moving motion. It's going to continue to grow. It's going to continually to grasp the information. And right now, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is on the earth, because men, let's actually see. Let's test that theory. Let's test that theory. Let's go on YouTube real quick. And let me test the theory. Let's test the theory right now. Let's see. Let me test that theory. Okay. You got the brothers from Texas. They live. Where two or more are gathered in my name, he is there in the midst. That's Matthew 18 and 20. And I'm singing the same song as them, right? Because I want to be under one cloth. I want to be under one banner. Now I might have to go to the other YouTube channel just to even see, right? So we see one. Come on. Who else? Come on, baby. Because I'm not clicking mad people's YouTube to see. I'm just scrolling down just to see who are singing a song. I seen one. I know somebody. It's usually every time I come out here, somebody is singing, man. Okay, I see the brother GMS Spiritual Wind Levi. He did a lesson. Apostle Gabar. This brother GMS Chicago Yahushua is coming. He did a lesson. GMS in the Truth Orlando, they did a lesson, and they just got done doing a live right before I stepped outside. The brother from GMS Rebuked the Temper, the Tempter 2. He just did a camp. Saints of Jersey 2. He just did a lesson. Man, I'm just telling you. I'm trying to show y'all. If I keep going down, we gonna see more. We gonna see more. Brothers is feeding, man. Brothers is feeding definitely. Okay, Biblical Defender. He just dropped the video, right? Chayaba Yasharala. He just did a video. Yawasop Hopeful Elect just did a video. Hopeful Elect 3 just did a video. GMS Spiritual Temple 2 just did a video. GMS DMV, they Baltimore Camp Live. They just did a live. They just did a live. GMS Declaring the End. I think that's Apostle Tahar. He just did a lesson. Hold on, let me update it. Okay, that's it. I might get another notification soon, right? But like I said, brothers is lifting up a banner, you know? They're lifting up a banner. Let me read this last verse in 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 6. In the NLT, it says, as you test yourselves, I hope you will recognize that we have not failed the test of apostolic authority. We pray to God that you will not do what is wrong by refusing our correction. I hope we won't need to demonstrate our authority when we arrive. Do the right thing before we come. Even that makes it look like we have failed to demonstrate our authority. For we cannot oppose the truth, but we always stand for the truth, right? And that's what the true sheep, the true men of the Lord, the true saints, the true servants, they're standing for the truth. So Rock 4 and 28, you're striving for the truth until death, right? 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, you're being steadfast and unmovable in this faith so that you're not unmovable. This is why we have to do our due diligence to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you know? So let me get back. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3. And I commanded my sanctified ones, which is the elect, the prophets, the apostles, the teachers. Message. Let me get it. Who's the sanctified ones? Ephesians, the 4th chapter, in verse 11. I got the message, y'all. It says, and he gave some apostles, some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach, till we all come in the unity of the faith. This is why the teaching must go on until the unity of faith, until it's one singing song. And we're not talking about every camp, because you got camps right now we're doing a big unity camp, and they all not teaching the same prophecies. Oh, we singing the same song when it comes to the law. Bro, that means you got, in your album, you got one song the same. And even when you go deep into that, y'all still is not singing the same thing. Unity is the whole volume of the book being the same. Clearly, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, until a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach. Right? This is why you got to stand on business till Yahushua come, man. Those are the sanctified ones that's standing, right? Because he commanded us to lift up a banner, to be a spectacle, right? To look like a show, right? We're a spectacle to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, the angels and men. I feel like a Apostle Tahir when we at camp, you get the little gurgle, man, little throat itch. But again, the sanctified ones is lifting up a banner, you know. So again, it says, and I commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, which is the angels, even them that rejoice in my highness, right? The angels is the mighty ones. That's why the angels is like, they're patient, but they're patiently waiting to, you know, to do the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Just like when you go to 1 Kings 22, the Lord was asking the angels, who's going to persuade Ahab's prophets a lie, you know? And they prophesied a lie to him, right? You know? The Lord is working through his sanctified ones and his mighty ones. Verse 4, it says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the ends of heaven, right? And those people is not real people through the spirit. Those are the nukes that's coming from a far country. If anybody watched a video that I did on the nukes, Russia got a missile that can go 16 or 15 miles. But America and Russia is only 5,200 miles apart from each other. And America has an ICB and missiles that can go the same distance too, right? So when you go into like Revelations 12 or no, Revelations 9 about the 200,000, those are talking about those missiles, those warheads, those nukes, right? So again, it says they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh in the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What is that weapon? Let's go to Isaiah 54, verse 16. This is the weapon. You know, this is prophecy. This is the weapon. Isaiah 54, verse 16. It says, behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth and destruction from his work. And I have created the waster to destroy, right? This waster is going to destroy. What is it, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter? Because Yahushua is going to, they're going to make war with Yahushua, right? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 20. It says, his severe wrath shall be sharpened for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. That world is really the elect. Even nature as animals is going to help Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Because watch, a lot of these animals are going to have a spirit, especially you animals that's in the zoo, and you're going to turn, right? Because chaos is going to be in the world, man. Right? It says, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad from the clouds, and as from a well-drawn bow shall they fly to the mark. And that's going to be those missiles, man. 2nd Ezra 16 show you how plagues is going to be moving like an arrow from the archer, and they're not going to turn from their mark. Right? Let me go to that, man. You know, let's go to that. 2nd Ezra 16th chapter. 2nd Ezra 16th chapter. Where we at? Where we at? Salaki family. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. And starting at verse 13, it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss. And when they began to shoot into the ends of the world, Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Right? America and Israel, right, is going to be destroyed. Israel is going to be rebuilt, right? But America is going to be totally destroyed, man, by these arrows, man. And they're not going to turn around, right? They're going to hit the mark. You know, it's like when you're scoping and you see the red dot and you click that button, boom, and it take a minute, bomb, and that motherfucker's dead. That's how it's gonna be. And guess what? Those missiles is not like wanted where they curve in something. Nah, it's gonna go to where it's pointed to, where it's directed to. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 22. And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and a flood shall cruelly drown them. Right? We're talking about water or with the Egyptians, but guess what? They're going to be flooded with missiles, right? And there's going to be a lake of fire on this side, man. You know, it's going to be, you got freaking rich, even Jake saying they made a bunker in certain cities or places in the United States. You niggas is dead. Nobody's going to be able to survive in America. Nobody. Zuckerberg, he got bunkers in Hawaii. You're dead. All the mountains that's near this place, places near this place, small places, a lot, all of them dead, man. Dead. Right? Verse 23, yeah, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth. Ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. Right? Lewdness. Right? When lewdness increase, that's gonna bring forth the end of the mighty, which is the elite. Right? And they're bringing that lewdness. But he said a mighty wind. Now I gotta stop. We gotta go to that classic of classics. You know, when you really come in this truth, you hear about this chapter. Revelations chapter 7 in verse 1. Right? That wind is that destruction. Just like in the time of Lot. You know, Sodom and Gomorrah, they got hit with a wind. Right? But that was the angels getting the elements from the elements, and they created this type of fire that made fire and brimstone. Now the Lord gave Esau the knowledge on the left-hand side how to create nukes that will bring forth fire and brimstone. Right? This is Revelations, the 7th chapter, verse 1. After these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind shall not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on the tree, nor on any tree. Now, a lot of us can't fully see, you know, but to be truthfully honest, when you go into like 2 Kings, I believe the 6th chapter, with Elisha and the servant, and he's seen many people of Assyria coming, fight them or capture them. He said, man, it's many more of them. What we gonna do? And then, Elisha said, it's more of us than them. And he turned and prayed to Yahweh Shem Al Shai, and he asked for the serpent to be able to see. And the Lord answered him. That's another thing. Make sure you praying, man, that you can see. Make sure that you praying that the elect men can see and keep teaching. Make sure you pray that all the elect on this side can start seeing, And guess what? Those prayers are going to be answered, right, by a slow portion, by a big portion, depending on the lot the Lord have given you on this side. And when that servant looked, he looked and seen horses, which is an example of power in chariots, So imagine if your eyes was really able to see. It's chariots, because the Lord's eye is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, because the Lord has his eye upon the sinful kingdom through his heavenly host. The Lord can see all of us right sitting on the throne, but his power is beyond that. Got angels really scoping, man. That's why the Lord knows what everybody doing. Psalms 34 verse 7, everybody, even the left-hand side, Jake, you left-hand side, other nations, it's left-hand side angels watching you, man. You righteous brothers and sisters, you got angels watching over you, sprinkling blessings upon you, man. That's why I'm saying none of us can really fuck with Yahweh Shem Al Shai, because you got Esau got radar for planes, but the Lord power so beyond Angels can come in this atmosphere and go invisible. The Lord put that mind frame in Esau to make missiles, to make radars, to really have to use technology. You know, the power of Yahweh Hashem Shai is beyond your recognition. You know, so Revelation 7 verse 2. So now we know this blowing wind is going to destroy the seas, the earth, and the trees. You know, because the Lord says that when that day comes, the earth going to be shaken. You know, worse than a full-blown out earthquake. Verse 2, it says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice for the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads, by the name of Yahweh Shema Shai being on their mind, right? The elect is slowly but surely being sealed. If we're still teaching, the door is still open right now. The elect is slowly but surely being sealed, because that moment, because you keep hearing them talking about freedom of speech being moved, or certain teaching being taken away. You know, when that's fully getting pushed, the door is closed. You know, like when you get in the house, you go in the car and you shut that door. That's how it's going to be, man. You know, when that door closes, there's no way getting in. Yo, shalom, Yahweh Shema Shai Brakatah, right? You know, that door is going to close. You know, this is why you want to get in this truth, why you can. And you want to be in this thing under the name. People say, oh, he has many names. It don't matter. Yes, it does matter. Because when he was on the earth, he didn't go. His title was his title. They would call him master. That's a title. Teacher, a title. All that other stuff. But they would say Hamashiach, anointed, Messiah. And they called him by his name, Yahweh Shai. Gave him one name. When you really grow in this faith, you're going to use one name. And you're going to use the ancient name. You know, you even got Edomite scholars saying that Yeshua Yatua is modern. It's modern, you know. So at the end of the day, you know, you got to go hard for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So now first, he said, till we have sealed the servants of God in their foreheads. That's that Ezekiel 9 and 4. People try to use Ezekiel 9 and 4 with Revelations 13, 16 and 17, or Revelations 14, verse 9, 10, and 11, and Revelations 20 and 4, saying that that's spiritual. No, Ezekiel 9 and 4 is spiritual. Slowly but surely, some of the elect men, even the women, you have that mark on you, you know, having the name of the Heavenly Father, right? But in that day, you're going to be sure. In that day, the elect is going to know who they is, right? The true children is going to know that they are children of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? So verse 44, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? And it's 12,000 from all the 12 tribes of Israel. And then you go even into the you even go into the great multitude, which is the rest of Israel, right? Because you got the 144,000, the 144,000 is part of the 1/3, right? And then you have the great multitude of the rest of Israel that scatter 4 corners of the earth, you know, right? The 144,000 are the sanctified ones, the Lord called to stand bold with the banner up high, you know, teaching thus saith the Lord as much as they can, man. You know, giving Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai no rest. Even giving Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai elects no rest by teaching, you know, putting music right in their ear, right? Because this, you got to know, this truth is music in the children's ears, right? Let's go to Psalms 33, verse 3. Psalms 33, verse 3. Sing unto him a new song. Play skillfully with a loud noise, right? And even through the Spirit, you're singing to the Lord. The Lord is hearing you. Because that even go even more. You know, you could say something wrong, and guess what? you might not get corrected here and there, but you'll get done doing your video and somebody can see it that's on the same cloth and be like, hey, yo, brother, you was doing good, but you said something in here, blah, blah, blah. That's all the Lord. You know? Man's going to the Lord, man. The Lord want his song sung correctly. If you're not going to sing it correctly, don't sing it at all. You know? Don't sing it at all. I'm probably going to do a continuation on Isaiah the 13th chapter, a side video. But with that, you know, because like we said, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, they're going to say peace and safety, but sudden destruction is going to come right after. You know, this is why you want to put all hands on deck, man. You want to make your call and election sure while you have the chance, while we still able to breathe air, while you still able to go buy and sell, right? Or the way that you is right now, the way that you're still able to use your phone, watch TV. This is your calling right now. This is your warning. Through the Spirit, you've been warned. Through the Spirit, you've been warned. Through the Spirit, you've been warned. You know? So Lord willing, this is edifying to the hopeful elect. And Lord willing, we can continue to strive and be standfast and immovable in this thing. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, right? And double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, they continue to endure and be sincere, right? And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit, teach His word and believe in His word. Even you elect Aquathium that are believers of the faith, Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your lot, being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And with that, Lord willing, the Most High have mercy with the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Shalom and shalom.